All right, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon and welcome to the FOMC statement. 10-minute trades trade room. So let's get started. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director at 10-minute trades. Please remember that all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. It is possible to lose money trading futures. Trade carefully. All right, everybody can hear me okay? Everybody out there feeling good? Okay. I mean, if you watch the news, the world is coming to an end. But we still have to trade. So bombs will be dropping. I'll be in a bunker trading news. That's what'll happen. Because that's me. I'm a news trader. That's why you don't watch the news. I don't know what's worse, putting your head in the sand or being scared to death every second of your life. I've reached a point now where I can't go out. I'm afraid to do anything. Not really. Not really. I'm teasing. Okay. Let's talk about this trade. That's why we're here. Good. Hey, Lewis, thank you so much. Look what Lewis is saying about me. Wow. I am not a genius, Lewis. I may be a nice person most of the time, but I'm not a genius. If I was a genius, I'd be on Joe Manchin's yacht, driving Joe Manchin's Maserati. Okay? That's my rant today. Joe Manchin prevents laws that would help the people of West Virginia. My wife, ex-wife, was from West Virginia. I've been to West Virginia 50 times in my life. It's one of the poorest places I've ever been. Their senator owns a yacht bigger than my office building, owns a Maserati, and he doesn't want the child tax credit in a bill. I mean, this is where we are today. Joe Manchin, that's my rant for the rest of the year. How could anybody put that type of a person in office? I don't get it. Driving a Maserati on a yacht. Yep. Okay, that's my rant. I'm done ranting. Now, what if Cuomo spent all the money, the $5 million they're telling him to give back? What happens then? That's pretty unbelievable too. You watch the news, they're saying Cuomo got paid $5 million for a book about COVID, about doing a great job at COVID when he was killing people in nursing homes, I guess. Not sure totally if that's what the truth is, but it seems like he was killing people in nursing homes, writing a book because he got an Emmy. They gave him an Emmy, right? For doing great TV shows. I mean, not Chris Cuomo, Governor Cuomo. I mean, and now they want the $5 million back. Give me the $5 million. I'll disperse it. Very nicely. Really. Probably AJ. Probably. He probably used PayPal. Joe Manchin used PayPal credit to buy that stuff. He's still paying it off. He's still paying off the Maserati. Yeah. Sarah, look it up. I believe Cuomo did receive an Emmy for those news conferences. No joke. It was like a special Emmy for the news conferences. Let's talk about this trade. So, Jody, I know you love trading the ES. Okay. I know you love trading the ES. So maybe for safety, this is going to be a very volatile trade today, I believe. Okay. That's my belief. Now, that's me. I'm a happy guy. I believe volatile trade today. All right. I like volatile, but I'm a little bit worried about the NQ. The NQ has crappy liquidity. The ES, we've tested the breakouts and we've come up possibly with something better. We have a range trade. The statement will not affect the markets. Oh my goodness. I think the opposite. You know what? Lou says, talking heads on CNBC say no, no rate increase in the statement will not affect the markets. Well, the markets have been dead all day, very quiet. They will have an effect. Now, will it affect them long term? That's what the talking heads may be talking about. But we will get a response to the statement being released, and then we'll get, a 15-minute response. So we've got an ES setup, which is a range trade. And then we also have our normal breakout trade, which I'm probably crazy enough to try. Let me put the right trading account on, because I think I don't want to, this is not a family money trade. It's a regular trade, so I'm just trading it in my regular account. We've increased the bracket to 20 on the breakout trade. It stopped out twice in a row. And I'm going to take a shot. On the breakout using 2 contracts. All right, 2 contracts. Normally I would trade 5, 6. I'd trade big, but I just don't have a concept of what's going to happen today. We also have a range trade that we've been testing on the ES. Now, you can trade micro NQ to lower your risk. If you don't want to take much risk today, you can trade micro ES, MES also, okay? So you can do this with lower risk. I'm going to trade 1 contract, 2 contracts on the ES, 2 contracts on the NQ. You can also practice your after the news trade on this setup and wait the 3 minutes. So Jody, if I were going to trade the ES, right, as a bracket, I would increase that bracket to 8 at a minimum. It's gonna, if there's a move, it'll probably be big. And my gut feeling is if I were going to trade a ES breakout, I might even go to 8 to 10. I'd almost rather not get filled than get filled earlier on the wrong side. But you can use the smaller index today if you want to, or let me show you our range trade on the ES. And when I say our range trade, Chantal's been testing it, and I trust Chantal sort of, a little bit. So I'm going to use 3 ticks above the range, 3 ticks below, graphics shown on chart, okay? Graphics shown on chart, and I'm going to have a first target of 9 ticks and a second target of 24 ticks. No, sorry, 19 ticks. Now, it can move a lot more. It's possible. But it's more probable. No, I'm not going to say it can move much more. So be prepared to manage your way if possible. Manage your way if possible. For a larger profit if you get a trailing type move. Okay, just be aware if you're trading that maybe it'll move in one solid direction. You'll be able to trail your stop manually. Okay, so I'm doing the range trade. So that means we have a range start time. And our idea with the ES is we're going to wait for the news to have an effect. So my range start time is 14:00 and then 5 seconds. I want the whipsaw, if there is one, to take place. So my range doesn't start drawing until the whipsaw is over. I don't want the whipsaw to define my range, okay? Because that'll ruin the trade. And then my entry time is going to be 14:00:20. Now that 20 seconds, it worries me a little bit, to be honest. I'm worried about everything today. Can everybody hear me? Is it just Chantal that's having trouble hearing me? Is it just Chantal is having? So Chantal, relog yourself into the trade room. Log in and log out to the trade room and see if that helps. So 14:00:20. Okay. 14:00:20. And look, I don't know what's going to happen here. Okay. Obviously. I also have a bond trade that I didn't want to talk about, but I kind of like my bond trade also. I'm not trading 3 instruments at once. So I'm going to make my target. I don't want to be greedy on the NQ. I'm going to go for 2 points. Okay. My bracket, I don't have because I'm using a range trade. So I have a range start time, 14:00:05. 14:00:05. I'm streaming, right? Yeah, I'm in the stream. No GC crypto. Trading ES and NQ. We haven't traded GC on this report. It's probably tradable if you could find a setup. You'd have to find a setup, but it's tradable. We haven't traded GC on this report. I'm trying to move away from gold for next year because gold's been really bad liquidity, very whippy. It just hasn't been as reliable this year as it had been. So we're going to do a little bit less gold. So my ES range trade, 14:00:05 is the start time. The end of the range is 14:00:20. Do I have it right, Chantal? 14:00:20. I'm using a little bit smaller target than Chantal uses. So I'm going to go 10 and 19. All right. You do have to set the trade type. Always set your trade type, absolutely, to a range trade. Otherwise, it would just do a bracket to the default bracket of 5 ticks. It wouldn't be a total disaster, but I would want a bigger bracket today. I would want a bracket of 8. I think a bracket of 8. I just think today's going to be volatile. So that's my range trade for the ES, and I'm trading it, okay? 2 contracts. Going to give it a shot. Okay. And I'll keep an eye on it. Now the NQ, I'm going to trade the report. It's a 20 tick bracket. Now, I do want to tell you about my bond trade. My bond trade is a breakout with a bracket of 6 or 7 on the ZN with an entry time of 59 and targets of 5 and 15. And I would be prepared to trail bombs too. What will get us is a whipsaw. That's my big worry, is that the market's just going to whip because it's going to be a possibly dramatic statement. And that's part of the issue, that we don't know if it's true or not. maybe because everybody's expecting this crazy dramatic statement, it won't be that bad. But I think there's a possibility that they could raise the rates. I think that the Fed is so far under the eight ball, or behind the eight ball, however they say it, that they might do something tremendously dramatic, like raising rates, to make it seem like they know what they're doing. Okay? To make it seem like they know what they're doing. Now, don't get me wrong. I've said a million times that I kind of like the Fed, but I've been doing a lot of research, and I don't even know what the Fed is anymore. It's a private organization. It's not a government entity, at least not according to my research. We've given them control of our financial system. It's a little bit complicated. I think you should do some research on the Fed and see what it is. But it's all very interesting. They have a tremendous, tremendous amount of power. And it affects our lives in every way, shape, or form. My entry time. So the bracket is 20. I'm using 2 targets, not trading large sizes because there could be some dramatic moves. And we might just get whipped out and lose $700 in 1 second. Okay. It's possible. That's what we do. We trade events. I have a couple of other possible ways and methods that I might trade this down the road. I mean, this is December, and things are going to change next year. We look at our reports over the holidays, and we do make changes, and I plan on making changes. A lot of reports should be very different next year. That's, it's part of doing this. And that's what we got to do. Bracket of 20 on the NQ. Targets of 9 and 38. Look, you could use 11 and 25. Don't use my same exact targets, please. Don't. Use a range of targets. And then my entry time is 13:59.59. It's a breakout trade. We're going to check our time sync. Okay. We'll check our time sync. So it's possible there could be a very big NQ move that, doesn't fill. It's possible. It's possible. Let me check my bracket on the NQ. It could fill, in a very bad place because there's a move so fast. We don't know. Maybe Lou is right, and there's going to be no move because everyone's expecting a giant move. So it's possible there could be no move. You never know. For us, you just got to go through the good and the bad. We take the good with the bad. Trading's definitely been challenging. I mean, things have been tough. And there's nothing you can do except trade through it. You just keep going. Now, I just wanted to make sure my bracket was good. I want to be able to analyze the trade when we're done. And then remember, we'll be back here at 7 o'clock tonight. This has been a busy, long trading day for Australia jobs. Okay? We will be back for Australia jobs. So we'll check our time sync. We've got a range trade on the ES. We'll see if it works. Hopefully it'll work. And let's check our time sync, because the NQ and the ES are both important regarding sync. So my time is in sync. So I'm listening to Financial Juice in my headset, because they will say if there's a rate increase or anything like that. We don't expect it. It's not expected. If there's a rate increase, that would shock the market. That really would. I don't know if it would shock it bad or good. Not sure. I mean, people believe that there needs to be a rate increase. The other concept that you could trade is you could trade after the news. You could wait a minute or a minute and a half, because there will be big swings, right? There will be big swings. So there'll probably be a lot of different squeeze signals that are given. I mean, that will happen. There will be some strong squeeze signals, right? I just want to remind everybody we have two webinars coming up. We have a Thursday webinar, just a fun webinar. And then Friday we have our masterclass on jobs, US jobs. That's free. Everyone's invited. FamilyMoneyTrades.com. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, why not give us a like? Sign up for the channel. Subscribe to the channel. So the markets are downish. I'm just setting my net change display to points for the NQ and the ES. It's easier to understand. Is the NASDAQ really down 100 points all of a sudden? It wasn't down that before, was it? Oh, no, you know what? I was looking at the ES. The YM was pretty flat, too, the last time I looked. So there's quite a bit of news, quite a bit of noise also. Pre-news noise, pre-noise news, pre-news noise. That's why the bracket's 20 ticks on the MQ. So as you could tell this morning that the markets were quiet during the early trade, the retail trade. Retail didn't move the markets as much as it normally would. I think if it hadn't been a Fed day, it would have moved the market more. So we got about 5 minutes. Yeah, we're going to definitely look at more NQ news in the morning at 8:30. I think the NQ, it has viability at 830. In some ways, it has some of the same problems as gold. And it is whippy. The NQ can be whippy. I would think so. Steve, on your MNQ, how big are the stops? How big of a stop do you use on an MMQ trade? You don't use them? Okay. Yeah, and you can trade without stops when the index is so small. You can trade without stops anyway. A lot of people trade without stops. So we'll see what our range trade looks like. Now, I don't expect to be able to see these values because I'm not undoing my trade. I'm just looking to make sure I have things set up correctly. Yeah, AJ, everybody's different. Some people can't tolerate trading without a stop. It's too ingrained that a stop was the only way to trade. When I first learned, I never traded without a stop. But there are trades that, it's like when I first learned, they said never move your stop. Also, I knew that was going to happen. Somebody at my door. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Running to the office door? Okay. So no idea what's going to happen. Will 20 ticks keep us safe on the NQ? I don't know. Is our range long enough on the ES? No idea, right? We don't know. We do our best testing, and then we trade based on our best testing. The weirdest thing out of everything is the weather. I'm still driving a scooter around town, and it's not that cold. And it's December. I never dreamed it. I never dreamed it. I thought I'd put the scooter away 2 months ago. So we're looking at a range trade on the ES. A breakout on the NQ. I'm just trying to center my charts. Jody, I saw it snowed in parts of California. So the ES, really volatile. But a range is, it's going to trigger in 20 seconds. So, okay, I made money on something. I turned off my ES trade. Now, look at the giant move. My targets, we're going to have to look at the video. We made $300, 290-ish, because I was down 13. So we made 290. I don't believe that my ES trade triggered. Okay. I didn't wait for it. I canceled it. Chantal, you let me know what happens on the ES. The NQ filled me and gave me a profit. I'm pretty sure $300. We'll look at the video. Now, you see why trading this after the trade? From now on, I think what we'll do is set it up as an after trade. I think we'll trade it like earnings. I think that's the best way to trade this report. But with a new setup, I knew we had a new bracket. Whenever my boss looks at the report and changes something as important as a bracket, I almost always have a winning trade. And that's why I was willing to just trade the normal report. The only mistake I really made, I don't even think I made a mistake. I think it just popped up against me and stopped me out after. No, I think we're going to look at the video. I don't even want to guess what happened. I'm guessing. All right. I'm guessing. Jody, tell me how you traded it. Tell me how you traded it. Because I'm not sure. What setup did you use? What setup did you use? I feel like I'm killing you this week, Jody. I feel like I'm killing you. So I'm listening to the news in my headset. I believe that what we're going to get is a continuation to the downside. That's what it looks like. Okay. But wait, so I would not jump into a long here. You don't have EMA supporting it. You don't have the squeeze supporting it. I'm going to put my squeeze on 30 seconds. Or you know what? I'm going to leave it on a minute. I'm leaving it on a minute because I think the markets are very volatile. I don't want quick signals. So see, now you're starting to get a signal, but your MAs are still pointing way, 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 way down. So I don't get the blame, Jody. I don't get the blame. We'll try and look at the ES and see what happened. Chantal, did you trade the range trade? Did it work? Did it work or not? I canceled my range trade. So Chantal, it didn't work. So I'm so happy I canceled my range. Now, I said don't jump on the long, but the long is working. Okay. The long is working. Next month, we'll set up, or maybe we'll have, while we do education during Christmas, maybe we'll do some explaining about how you could trade this as an earnings trade. It could be traded as an earnings trade with the one-click range trade. The other setup is a range. There is a range set up on the NQ. Let me remove my strategies so I can see how I made money. So yeah, the market entered me short on the NQ, and look at where I got fill all the way at the top of the candle. I got great fills, but I gave up all the targets because my target was way too small. I should have used one target of 100 ticks. That was my mistake. I should have had one target of 100 ticks. Okay. So Chantal, what happened? The range didn't work. I thought today might be too volatile a day for a range trade to work at 20 seconds after. That was my worry. Definitely my worry. Would a break with a bracket, but a bracket of 8 didn't work? Or Jody, you're saying a bracket of 8 didn't work on the ES? Let's look at the video and see if we could see what happened on the ES. Let me look at my bond setup. See, I liked ZN also. I'll bet you ZN was phenomenal. But I think, oh Lord, I think bonds would have been awesome. Did anybody take my bond setup? Did anybody take my bond setup? No? I set a bracket of 6, targets of 4, 10, and 19-ish. ZN and Sim look good. Cliff, what did you use as a bracket? What did you use as a bracket? ZN looked real safe. It looks real safe. It looks like, see, that's the trade candle. ZN just went straight down. It looks like it just went straight down. Now, look, I said don't go long on the NQ. It's going to test the high now. Now the NQ is up. Does the market like this news? Is that what's going on? The market likes this news. But it's why that this is very tradable as an earnings trade. You have multiple trades as an earnings trade. I'm going to do a webinar over Christmas. I'll tell you what. I'll do a webinar over Christmas, how to trade the FOMC statement. We should do a master class on the FOMC statement. Not a master class because I'm not a master, honestly, on trading this report. It's absolutely not one of my best traded reports personally because it's so difficult. But I can give a class on how to use the one-click range trade to trade this report. And that's what I'm going to do. All right, if we have time. I'm going to really put it in the schedule. Okay, Jody, good. I'm happy. I feel bad because we've had some bad trades. So bonds were beautiful. I'll bet you the euro was great on this trade. Look at that. Euro, straight down, straight down. I'll bet you the yen, straight down. Straight down. Straight down. A lot of things I'm thinking about for next year, folks. I want to move away from gold. Now, let's look at gold. I think gold, we can count on gold to move, but we can also count on gold to whip and hurt us. Now, gold honestly looks good today, though. Now, you can't always tell. Keep in mind, you can't always tell that this was a unidirectional move. It might have jerked up and down. You don't know that. But it looks like, initially, that the move was good. NQ, nice trade, Lewis. Nice trade. Okay. Very nice trade. Any questions? So who's got some questions for me? Who wants to yell at me? Anything? Any complaints? I want to thank everybody on YouTube. Hey, we got a couple of likes. YouTube, why don't you join our channel? We'd love for you to join our channel, subscribe. That'd be real nice. AJ, 2.5 on the NQ, very nice, 2.5. Will you all send me some screenshots if you made money? Albert, send me some screenshots. As angry as you are at me, send me some screenshots, please. AJ, some screenshots. Cliff, some screenshots. Oh, no, you can't. You're not a member. Not yet. Not yet. Anybody want to yell at me for anything? I'm here. Now's the time. You know I can take it. You know I can take it. Any new folks that want to ask me anything, come on. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. There's a lot of new people in here. Calvin, you're new. Do you have anything you want to say? Chantal, you're so funny. Calvin, you're new. What do you have to say for yourself? Come on. Your ES bracket of 10. Calvin, real money? Are you talking real money? Calvin, send me a picture, will you? In all the years you've been here, you never sent me one screenshot. Come on. One screenshot. Would you? Can you do that? Thank you. Calvin, very smart on the bracket of 10. Jody, keep that in mind. When you have a volatile report like this, you're not going to hurt yourself by increasing that bracket. It's one of the things you can do to try and keep yourself safe. Yes, on a smaller moving report, you might give up some profit, but look at the kinds of moves that you get over on many, many FOMC statements. It's just a giant report. And Jody, I can teach you as well how to use the one-click range trade with the ES. I'm going to try and do it over Christmas. I really need it. I think it'll be really helpful. Also, you know why we're going to do it? Because we're going to have our earnings masterclass. I'll make it part of the earnings masterclass. That's what I'll do. I'll add the FOMC in. That's what we'll do. All right. That will definitely get it done. Anybody else? Tell me how you traded, what happened to you. If you want to ask me anything, I'm here. Let me show you all. We made some money. Let me put up our slides real quick to get everybody into our webinars. Listen, quickly. Don't forget our jobs masterclass. We're teaching you how to make money on a report that we and members have been making money since we started doing family money trades. Not counting 5 years, we've been making money on the jobs report. Sign up for our masterclass, www.familymoneytrades.com. It's Friday. Lou, I do that every day, so I'll explain what I mean about it so you understand. I'll try to do it tomorrow in some of the trade rooms tomorrow, how to use our software as an ATM. Okay, I'll explain it, Lou, because you're doing it already. You just don't realize it. So our U.S. Jobs Masterclass, Friday, familymoneytrades.com. If you like trading with us and you want to be here next year, it's a steal. Our 2022 Trading Prosperity Package. It's a great deal, folks. $497 for 5 weeks of everything that we sell. All the bonuses, earnings class, every class, okay? Every class, bonuses galore, $497. I mean, it's a steal and a half. See you tonight, Jody. www.prosper2022.com, okay? It's the holidays. Invest in yourself. We're not going to charge you over and over. Come and trade with us next year for the first 6 months. Just $497. www.prosper2022.com. We want you in the room. All right. Look, the markets like this news. Thank goodness. Let the markets go up. Let America, make some money. Not be so worried. I'm worried about Omicron. I really am worried about Omicron. It's a spreader. I don't want people to get sick. I don't want to get sick. We just don't know enough about all this stuff. So we made $302 in seconds. All right. We made it in seconds. And quite a few people made some money. Crude oil ripped. Arthur, did you trade it? Did someone say they traded natural gas? Or did they mean the NQ? I think, Albert, you said NG, you meant NQ. Okay. Send me your screenshots. No, I traded the NQ. So what Arthur was saying, let's give Arthur some credit. He wants some credit. Crude. Look at crude's move after the news. Not so easy, Arthur, because it would have filled you short first. So that's, if you had a breakout trade, you probably would have gotten stopped, depending on your bracket. That's the truth, because it went down first, then it went up. Depending when you got in, it was at 1402 that the move started going up. Not as easy as it looks. How about natural gas? Did natural gas move on this news? I don't think those commodities, not worth trading. Arthur, even though you disagree, not worth trading. 6J, 6E, much better. On Sim, it doesn't count. Arthur, on Sim, it doesn't count. They don't even use the same servers. They don't use the same servers. Only test it with a live chart. Doesn't mean you have to place an order, but test it with a live chart and see if the bid and ask makes sense. All right. Hey, Chantal, I need your help. I have a problem. I have a Ninja Trader problem. Maybe somebody can help me because something about Ninja Trader that I screwed up and I can't fix it. Let me just take a picture of my screenshot. I'll never understand people. It's obviously somebody calling 10-minute trades and they don't know that the FOMC has their statement today. Do you think they're going to be a winning trader? Nope. They're in trouble already and they probably haven't signed up yet. Unless they're willing to put some time in and learn. So let's call this the FOMC. 12/15 is the date. Can somebody help me? I have a problem with my dome and I can't fix it. And I don't know why it's not displaying properly. I need somebody to help me. Somebody who knows Ninja Trader. The margin I like, Steve, I do that on purpose. I like the margin. That way, if I move my charts by accident, I can still see. So here's my problem. Look at my dome though. Look at my dome. Maybe somebody could tell me what's wrong with my dome. I can't figure it out. I'm going to email tech support, but I figure maybe if someone knows. So look at my dome. If I pull it up, oh, never mind. It fixed itself. It's fixed. Forget it. Wait. Maybe it was only live that it didn't work, which makes no sense. But let me look at it live. No, you know what? It seems like it's working fine. Oh, no. Okay, no, forget that. I don't think it has to do with copper. Yeah, no, it's fine. It seems to be working now. Maybe it was an anomaly. I had an anomaly going on my dome where I wasn't displaying prices. I guess it was me. Let me put it on live. It's fine now. It was me. It was an anomaly. Okay. Yeah, I know, Chantal. Okay. Any questions, folks? Any questions? We'll be back here at 7. We'll be back at 7. Hey, sign up for our service, folks. We love what we do. We're going to do everything in our power to try and help you make money with ideas, trades, setups, software. www.prosper2022.com. Okay. One good trade could pay for our service for 5 months. All right. I know, Steve, do you remember seeing that they weren't there? That I had some domes that had no prices on them? I'm not crazy. Arthur, we are on Continuum in one of our accounts, I believe. Why? Ninja Trader. Yeah, we are on one of our accounts. Yes. So thanks everybody on YouTube. Thank you for watching us. No, Pastor Fernando, think about what you're asking. Every report is different. I can tell you what the different reports are. We're not a regular company. We don't keep a track record of every single report and meld them all together. It makes absolutely no sense. But we do have track records of our best performing reports. Okay? Totally different ballgame, and we talk about them in our trade room all the time. We don't trade the reports that don't work, honestly. So that's the way to do it. We track the reports that are working. We try to trade the ones that are working, and then we have test trades that are working so-so, like today. FOMC statement, it's not a 100% trade. It's not an 80% trade, but it's worth trading. All right, folks, I'll see everybody later. 7 o'clock. I guess I won't have dinner until after Australia jobs. So thanks everybody for coming, and I'll see everybody tonight at 7. All right? See you all later. What was the real trade? Author, my real trade, $290, $289 on the NQ. 289 on the NQ. Short at 838.50, and I made 30 something ticks on one target and about 20 on the other, something like that. Bracket trade with a 20 tick bracket, $289. 289. 2-second trade. My target was too small. Target was too small. So live and learn. I'll see everybody tonight. See everybody tonight. Take care, folks.